Hi everybody, it's Thursday, and as always, every day, I'm thankful to have you here. This time on the 12th day of August, which would mean a lot of things. Most obviously, perhaps tomorrow will be the 13th. And just on a brief personal note, not just as an explanation for my not being here tomorrow, well, a couple of reasons. One being, I'll hit 50 tomorrow. And I think I'm just going to stay home and try to reflect on that for just a few moments. In a lot of ways, the fact that, well, I'm 50, and the fact that, I'm still here doing this show with you after all of these years, and a whole lot of things that I'm very thankful for. I'm also moving Andrew to the University of Kentucky. Yeah, he moves into his dorm on Monday, so I'll be out Monday as well. Be packing throughout the course of the weekend and getting ready for that. And that's going to be a lot harder of a hit than turning 50. I can promise you. Seeing the last one leaving is the tough one, and I better shut up talking about that before I can't talk anymore. So won't be here on Friday. In fact, I got to spend most of the day today, all the day with Andrew, doing a few father-dad things, and wasn't even going to work today, to be honest. I thought, this time's precious and rare, and I was going to take the day off as well, maybe have a short or brief message. However, I talked to our public health director, Mayor Pete Shepard, a few moments ago, and he laid out today's COVID numbers for me. And they're the very worst we've ever had in McGoffin County, ever, since the pandemic began. And the number of kids in today's record-setting count is both staggering and scary and a whole lot of other things. So I thought we needed to be here for that. We've actually got more than a couple of classrooms which have been quarantined, just one day in now or two to the school year. And a lot of other things that we'll have to touch on. A death investigation as well underway, I should tell you, into the death of a McGoffin County man who was lodged in the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center. So we're going to touch on all of that, and it's going to be a brief show from here on, and I'll hit your weather forecast and a couple of special announcements if I have time. And leave you for a long weekend, a long birthday, and moving day weekend for myself, and wish you all a safe and happy weekend, and I'll take time to do that in a few moments as well. So before we go straight to our COVID information, one other report. Actually, a couple I want to mention before we focus on COVID. First off, a death investigation, as I understand, underway in Johnson County, involving a McGoffin County man who had been jailed there in the Big Sandy for a few days, taken from the facility yesterday and pronounced dead at Parkway Hall. According to Big Sandy jail records, Terry Neal Porter, 29, of Salyersville, was picked up here in McGoffin County on a bench warrant for failure to appear for a prior or ongoing case. He was lodged in the Big Sandy just after 4 o'clock on Sunday afternoon. I'm still reaching out to the Johnson County Coroner's Office and authorities there, but I have been able to confirm thus far that he was, according to the jail's website, released from the facility yesterday afternoon around 1:35. That being after he was found either in distress or unresponsive in the jail and transported from there to the Parkway Hall Medical Center, where he was pronounced dead in the facility's emergency room. I've also been able to confirm that the Johnson County Coroner's Office has sent Porter's body to the state medical examiner's office for an autopsy, while the death investigation continues. Stop in JJ's Burgers and Beer for the weekend specials like 10 boneless buffalo wings and an 18-inch pizza, any toppings, for $14.99. Stop by any day of the week and get any 16-inch pizza for $9.99 and any 18-inch pizza for only $11.99. They've got a different sandwich or soup special every day of the week, big gourmet class hamburger combos, and your favorite domestic beer, $2.49 a bottle or $7.99 by the bucket. JJ's Burgers and Beer at Speedy's in Salyersville. Call the pros. All Pro Gutter Works specializes in seamless gutters, vinyl siding, metal roofing, replacement doors and windows, remodeling or adding on to your home with free and fair estimates backed by decades of happy and return customers with guaranteed satisfaction and 18 months 0% financing. All Pro Gutter Works. 349-9999.
Summer is here, and the deal on the iPhone 12 mini just got even hotter at Appalachian Wireless. The iPhone 12 mini comes with massive features and is the perfect pocket size. Best of all, Appalachian Wireless is offering the iPhone 12 mini for just $1 with a 2-year contract. Good things do come in small packages, and it's the iPhone 12 mini on the region's best network. But don't wait. This deal won't last long. We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
Just click on ConleyTire.net and you can shop for tires, find out more about services, brands, wheels, rims, their free coffee, free Wi-Fi, and free local shuttle service, and of course the latest and greatest current offers and specials like how right now you can get up to $150 back on a set of Goodyears. That's ConleyTire.net, or you can always stop by in Staffordsville or give them a call at 297-2424. Summer is definitely in full swing at the seasonal shop, where it is filled with new arrivals in home decor, women's clothing, Ridge and Holler, and more. They've given their home decor a fresh look, and they have new displays literally wall to wall, from farmhouse to traditional, equestrian, and more. And Oat Shore neoprene bags are the latest craze in women's accessories, and they've got dozens of colors and styles available right now, and new ones coming in daily. And lily planters have arrived just in time for school or work. And don't leave the guys out. Ridge and Holler shirts, yes, that's a McGoffin County Cadillac cap, and hats are a huge seller at the seasonal shop. Designs so unique and so special for our area. Designs you can only get at the seasonal shop. They still have delivery, baby and wedding registry, curbside service, and more. Welcome to East Kentucky's premier vape and CBD shop, offering all natural tobacco alternatives and everything vape and smoke shop related. Everything you're looking for and everything you're not. Best quality, best prices, best service.
Come to Appalachian Smoke Shop for all your tobacco alternatives and accessories, as well as products like CBD, kratom, and legal THC that people are telling us they're using to treat pain, anxiety, depression, difficulty sleeping, and lack of energy, as well as just for overall wellness. Make it your one stop, Appalachian Smoke Shop.
There's no missing that this is the new McFarland and Tinker Law Office location on the Mountain Parkway in the former Farm Bureau building in Salyersville, just like there's no denying that their nearly 60 years of legal experience has won their clients millions and millions of dollars in disability, auto accident, and wrongful death cases. It's where your case matters to you and to us. McFarland and Tinker, also Griffey approved.
I'm Dr. Jason Zimmerman at Highlands ARH, the healthcare system of Appalachia.
Parkway Pharmacy, as always, promises the quickest service with the very best care and prices, and to always have someone there to talk to when you have a question. With 3 pharmacists, curbside, drive-through, and call-ahead service. Parkway Pharmacy in Salyersville, 349-4400.
Where you can always talk to a pharmacist when you need one.
Real quickly, a few very special announcements, a couple of birthdays to pass along. The first goes out to Miss Gracie Kinney, with a lot of love from her husband Thomas, and from Raven. Happy birthday to you. And to Mr. Bill Collins, love Darlene. Happy birthday wishes to you as well. Happy birthday, Bill Collins. Happy birthday to you both and anyone else celebrating their birthday today or with me on tomorrow. Just, throwing that out there. Last minute gifts ideas. Anyway. Calendar announcements, of course, brought to you nightly by the McGoffin Farm Bureau Agency and your local agent, Doug Green. As our obituaries are brought to you nightly by the McGoffin County Funeral Home. A reminder of services to be held Saturday at 1 in honor of Willie Billdog Farler Jr., 70 of Salyersville, who passed away on Tuesday, preceded in death by his wife, Cassie Farler, and sisters Pauline Perkins Smith and Dorothy Jean Ross. Saturday at 2 at the New Life Worship Center, and arrangements are incomplete at this hour, as I mentioned a few moments ago, for 29-year-old Terry Neal Porter of Salyersville, who passed away on yesterday's date at the Paulby Hall Medical Center. Moving on, and related to a couple of road closures, a quick reminder that starting on Monday and for about 2 weeks, you'll have to take the long way around if you're going anywhere past right around 1081 into the Morgan County area, just across the Morgan-McGoffin County line, about a mile or so from the county line on 460 West. They're replacing a bridge, as I've been telling you for a few days, and they'll be doing so for the next couple of weeks, hoping to have it done by August the 30th. So if you're needing to go on the other side of that location in either direction, you'll have to, of course, take the detour that a lot of folks who travel that daily have been used to after a couple of big road projects there. However, another road closure to talk to you about tonight. I didn't have time to go up south and take a look or get you anything from the scene, but I can tell you that Route 7 has been closed today, had been closed completely for a number of hours. This was at technically mile point 16.1. An excavator with a large attachment on it, I think it was a drill, it actually turned over and fell into power lines and became entangled, and the heavy equipment couldn't be removed until power company officials came to de-energize the line and make it a safe situation for everyone, or a safer one at least. And that was just south, just past Half Mountain Road, so 3 miles out of Royalton or so. With that said, the road was reopened to one lane right around 4:30 is my last update. They were flagging and slowing traffic and allowing it to go through one lane at a time until the roadway was completely clear. But that was also an explanation for, I believe, some power outages in the Royalton or South McGoffin County area. All right, let's go to COVID. I'll show you the state numbers real quickly in just a few moments. Well, actually, let's go ahead and go there now. Let's begin with today's numbers as presented by the governor and state health officials for today. We have seen 7 straight weeks of a continuing and dramatic incline in the number of COVID cases, back to where we were and possibly going past that very soon. Yesterday's numbers, we had 2,961 new cases of COVID-19. Our positivity rating crossed the 11% mark. And today we have another several thousand, nearly as many, 2,713 new cases today. New deaths today, total 6. The positivity rating, well, it was above 11. Now it's almost, over 11.5 at 11.57%. Those today's numbers. Yesterday's positivity rating was 11.22. Today, nearly 0.5%, 0.4 higher at 11.57, and another nearly 3,000 new cases confirmed of COVID-19. And for all intents and purposes, we may as well just consider them all the Delta variant at this point here in Kentucky. Now, with those numbers in mind, I also ask you to keep this in mind. 40% of the children with severe COVID-19 issues, severe enough to seek help at the Kentucky Children's Hospital since the start of the pandemic, over a year now, 40% were admitted in just the last 2 weeks. We're way over a year into this pandemic. Largely, it didn't affect any kids when it began, but that's not the situation now. This is a different animal. It's a different animal. It's still treatable or prevented, I don't say treatable, but of course largely prevented by the vaccine. But in the past 2 weeks, we have seen 40% of all children who have been admitted to the Kentucky Children's Hospital. All were 12 and older and unvaccinated. All ineligible, but unvaccinated. So I can also tell you that as far as King's Daughters, I read today that they have already put more patients in the hospital, adult and otherwise, for the first 12 days of August than they did all of last month. And they too, like everyone else, are seeing the median age, the age group of patients lower. Used to be, it was around 75 was the age group, or the average age of those hospitalized, and now it's down to 55. That's significant. 25% of the patients admitted, kids. As for admitted coronavirus patients, 94% in most all facilities are unvaccinated. 100% in intensive care units are unvaccinated at most hospitals. St. Clair, a lot of folks I know go to St. Clair. That's not that far away. They are getting ready to open up what they're calling an intensive care unit, a surge intensive care unit, if you will, because their ICU is full and they've got more COVID-19 patients than they can treat. Hospital's full. As well, numbers yesterday came in at 2,961. We talked about today's number a few moments ago. Those numbers rising over 400% in just the last month. And looking elsewhere, we're always the last to see a lot of things in this world, but as COVID pertains, that's how it relates to us too. Mississippi is saying that their hospital system could just fail. They might not be able to keep up and do what they need to do in just days, a matter of days, because of this exponential rise in COVID-19 that states are seeing and that we're starting to see. Arkansas, as I told you yesterday, they have 8 ICU beds available in the entire state. And no one has seen anyone in Kentucky, in any of Kentucky's hospitals, and in the majority of the nation, come in to the hospital seeking help for vaccine complications. A handful there at the very onset, maybe 6 out of hundreds of millions of vaccines that were given out. And that's it. That's the only argument that there would be found to that. So I spoke with our Public Health Director, Mayor Pete Shepard, earlier today, just a few moments ago, in fact. McGoffin County not only had its highest single-day total of COVID-19 cases, but a large portion of them are in children. And he also touches on vaccinated, unvaccinated. He also outlines 3 elementary schools which have already been quarantined a day into school. And how, as well, a fellow McGoffin County had to be airlifted to a hospital a little out of the way just in the past few hours because all the ICU beds were full at the hospitals we by and large use or refer to on a daily basis in the immediate area. You're getting ready to tell us what I think and what I believe is probably the worst day for a number of reasons that we have had in McGoffin County since this pandemic began. Is that safe to say?
That's safe to say. We've had 26 positive cases of COVID today in McGoffin County.
And it's not just that number that is so scary. Go ahead and break it down for me.
Okay, the alarming thing is we've got 7 kids under 15, 5 at school age, and we've got 1 infant and 1 2-year-old that tested positive for COVID today. With being said, with the kids that's under 15, and the school has quarantined 3 classes, 2 at Salyersville Grade School, 1 at South McGoffin today, and it looks like that this COVID variant, if the variant is really going to hit the kids hard, and it's just a shame because most of this comes from people not being vaccinated.
Do you know yet? Have you had time to ascertain? Not all, but a number of those kids were eligible for the vaccine, 12 and older for the Pfizer. Do you know if any of them had it?
None of these that were positive today were eligible for the vaccine, but their parents were. So it looks like that in the past we've been watching this. It looks like when just the regular COVID-19, a lot of times it would get within a family group, but it'd just be one of the family members get it. Now it looks like when one family member gets it with this variant, that the whole family gets it. So that's kind of lets it spread to the kids, which we're sending them to school, and it poses a problem because the parents didn't get vaccinated.
Number of hospitalized has gone up as well today dramatically, hasn't it?
Well, we had 7 hospitalized today. We've got 2 on the vent. One of the stories I told today is we had a couple in their 50s. The husband took the vaccine. The wife didn't take the vaccine. He's perfectly healthy today. She's on a vent today from McGoffin County.
And I understand that yesterday we were trying to touch on with what information I could gather, and you could help me gather. Our hospitals are filling up. Our local hospitals are filling up, and I think that is also a point that you can make with one of the people who are in the hospital tonight.
Yes, one of the ones that went on the vent today had to be transferred to Blacksburg to a hospital to be put on the vent, put in a COVID unit.
So that they were airlifted there because they couldn't get any closer. They couldn't get an intensive care unit bed anywhere closer.
That's true. Yeah, they couldn't get anything any closer than that.
I'm going to close with asking you about vaccines. Anything else before we go on to that, though, that you want to mention?
I just want to tell everybody, you better be back. Wear your mask. Put your mask back on. And if you do want a vaccine, the Gulf County Health Department does have Moderna. We will be vaccinating next Tuesday. If you want the first dose of Moderna, please call the Gulf County Health Department, 349-6212. Get you an appointment, and we'll get you a vaccine. It's working. The vaccine works, and that's it's proven fact. And a lot of these cases we had today, in fact, I think 100% of the cases we've had yesterday and today were non-vaccinated people. So it's showing true the fact that if you are vaccinated, you have a lot better chance of not getting the COVID.
I want to just mention there real quickly, and I'm sure you've seen that, but yeah, I read just this morning, and it wasn't Johns Hopkins, but it was somebody that credible that the Moderna vaccine, which at the time the McGoffin County Health Department just chose for just whatever reasons, not knowing what it was going to turn out to be, but the Pfizer, a little lesser of a protection against the variant in the 40 percentile, but the Moderna still holding at 76% after all this time. They reported out today against the Delta variant, and I think that's a pretty astounding number.
Yeah, that's the number I've seen today too, and I'm tickled we picked Moderna. I know we really couldn't do Pfizer because of the refrigeration requirements they had for it, so we was really split in the corner. But really, it's worked out the best for the people that we got to vaccinate with Moderna. It's a good one. It looks like it's going to turn out to be the best.
Also, on the subject of school in McGoffin County, classes will not be held tomorrow. Now, I do want to stress, even though there was the 3 classrooms, grade school, elementary rooms, which have had issues and had to be quarantined because of positive cases in kids, not teachers. That was, I think, 2 at Salyersville Grade School and 1 at South McGoffin. I think a couple of 5th grade classes and a 3rd grade class, if I'm not mistaken. Nevertheless, 3 of our schools are having HVAC problems. It was near 100 degrees today for a lot of us, essentially, and 2 of them failed. At 2 schools, 1 was about to fail, and they're going to call school off tomorrow, largely and mostly for that. But it's probably also some good timing. They are going to use that time to sanitize thoroughly over the course of the weekend as well. Your weather forecast in a nutshell, I'm going to sum it up before I make my way out of the door. Man, blistering hot out there today. I mean, yeah, it felt like it was 100 for most everyone. And that was brutal to be out in. Mostly cloudy tonight, 70 degrees and mostly clear tonight. My apologies. And for your Friday, we'll again see heat indices pushing close to the triple digits again tomorrow. Mostly sunny and hot. A 40% chance of showers and storms in the latter afternoon, and during the evening, storm chances will ramp up to about 60% by tomorrow night. And Saturday, over the course of the weekend, shower and storm chances 60% on Saturday. That cold front that comes through, though, takes us from the upper, the low to mid-90s to the low 80s from Friday into your Saturday. For the rest of your weekend, Sunday as well looks to be partly sunny with a high of 82, and then we'll be much more comfortable throughout much of next week, and maybe for a nice long run than we have been temperature-wise. I want to leave you by saying good night, and thank you for watching as I always do, and I implore everyone, I know it's a personal choice, I know there's so much debate and so many opinions on the matter, but I thought of this today in this scenario. And it was actually because I can recall an event back many years ago when I first started doing this show, when the opioid epidemic had just really started to wreak havoc for us, and we were losing people right and left. And there was a community forum, a meeting at the McGoffin County High School, now the middle school, packed, and everyone was so concerned, and the community came together when we spoke of that. Nevertheless, let's just for a moment say we have a gymnasium large enough to put each and every one of the 12 to 13,000 people in McGoffin County, our entire population, kids, adults, everyone. We're able to sit in this one facility, and then I were to be sitting there and ask each and every one of you, well, what if we all don't wear a mask for the next little bit and be uncomfortable for a few weeks? And what if we don't all go get a vaccine? One of the kids sitting among us could very well die in a matter of days or weeks or maybe months. Most definitely a few adults will. So if we were all sitting in one big gymnasium, and that was the question posed to us, how would we answer? It's a thought. Thank you for watching. I am off for a little long weekend, and as I told you, a bit of an emotional one. So here's wishing me the best and you a wonderful weekend as well. Thank you all for watching. Please stay safe and good night.